40, I'm autistic, and I like collecting books and toys. Trust me, I haven't read all these books, but I do have a habit of just sort of buying a book if I like the look of it, or if I sort of want to read it. But I certainly haven't read all these. But I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I just thought I'd make a video just talking about it. Yeah, I'm 40 years old. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I certainly can't. But I've always loved books since I was a teenager. I have a good memory of when I was in secondary school in English class. We were all asked sort of what books we read, and I said The Lord of the Rings, and I was placed ahead of the class. I'm sort of ranked in a kind of way. I was placed ahead of the class as a kind of version of number one, and I was never number one at anything. And so I kind of have a fond memory of that. And I remember reading this. We all had to write short stories, and I wrote a short story heavily inspired by Stephen King, and they liked it so much they sort of read it out to class, and that was another good memory I had. It was Stephen King's story, sort of inspired by Stephen King, because I used to love Stephen King. I still do, but it was sort of about a school shooter, and it was from his perspective, and he was sort of just a short story, nothing crazy, or it was work of fiction, obviously. But I just thought I'd make a video sort of talking about it. Like, I am autistic. I was diagnosed with autism when I was a teenager. Very minuscule, very minimal diagnosis. I'm definitely not here saying that I'm like, bragging I'm smart or anything like that. I'm not at all. I've hardly read any of these, to be quite honest. I sort of dip in and dip out. These are some of my recent purchases. I sort of chop and change, sort of read a little bit here and there. There's very few books that I've read completely, but I just thought I'd just talk about. These are the Barnes & Noble's editions. These are I really love these editions of the books. I find them really collectible. They're like really nice versions of them. So some of them I bought online, like this and a poetry book. This I bought as a collection online from Barnes & Noble directly, and I think it was a really good price. But other ones I've gotten in bookshops. There's a bookshop near me, Waterstones. I love going into Waterstones. But I do have a habit of buying stuff, so sort of made me a rule that I can't set foot in Waterstones for a while, because I can't help myself, and I end up buying a book like these ones here I bought recently from Barnes & Noble. I'm currently reading this, Hans Christian Andersen, The Snow Queen, which I really like. I recently read the Little Match Girl. It was kind of a sad story, short story, but there was a bigger version of this Barnes & Noble edition, but I didn't get it for a while. I was trying to save money here and there, so. But I spotted this small version. I really like the Penguin Classics edition. The sort of what do you call it? Not leather bound, sort of soft bound hardback. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not saying, oh, I'm smart, or I'm so clever and all this sort of stuff. Like, no, it's just I've always liked reading. For me, it sort of relaxes me. When I read, so it switches my brain off, because I have a very chatty brain. So it helps me sort of relax a little bit. but these are just some of them. I wanted to just sort of talk about it. But yeah, I was diagnosed with autism years ago when I was a teenager. I have mixed feelings about it. I sort of like it because it explains a lot, but then I sort of self-handicap myself a little bit as well. Like I think I have autism, so I'm not as great as other people, or I'm not as smart as other people. That's my big thing. My big thing. I have a big chip on my shoulder because I don't feel successful enough, or wealthy enough, or smart enough. As if other people they're just happier, or they just live smarter, better lives, and all this sort of stuff. Like, but it's a load of nonsense, obviously. But all I can do is what I do. All I can do is just what I do. And so I just like to talk. So this is the most recent one. These are some of my most recent ones that I bought, like from Waterstones. The fairy sprites and malevolent spirits. It's sort of like a little anthology, a little collection of short stories. I just like it. To look at this book. I like little tiny books like that. And I also bought Sherwood Jackson, To Hunting on Hill House. My most recent book, the book that I bought, most recent one, is actually over here. But these are nice. Actually, I'm getting sidetracked again. But these are nice. These little small collections, the little small what would you call these? Like they're like Penguin Classics editions. I think it was like 100 versions of them, like these little tiny little versions. These are great. I really like these, and I sort of picked up a few of them, as you can see. But I'm getting sidetracked a bit. The most recent book I bought was actually this one here. Be Knighted by J.B. Priestley. I'm sort of reading this. You can see where my bookmark is in it. I'm just like there, that bit there. I do like the smell of books. I just like books in general. I just like the physical version. I like kind of switching off, so I'm not looking at a screen. I'm sort of reading the book. I like it helps sort of settle my brain and helps me. I like using my own imagination, but I am worried about my eyesight. I did an eyesight test years ago, and it came out like I have, very good eyesight, or try vision or whatever, but it's not 100% at the moment. I think I will do an eye test at some point, but it's okay when I'm sitting in a well-lit room or sunlight's coming in. I can see things really well, but that's one of my fears. But I'm really enjoying this. But again, there's very few books I've read fully. Like I have, like the Shakespeare Complete Edition. I think that was the first Barnes and Noble edition I bought. No, I think it was the H.P. Lovecraft was the first one I bought, and then I bought the Shakespeare one just because I had an inkling. I sort of got into I should read these classics, these sort of masterworks. So I picked it up and I was reading that. You can see that I'm sort of halfway through it. Like, it is very challenging. It is very, very challenging. Like, and a lot of it I don't really understand. It's sort of poetry. So sort of you use your own imagination to imagine what's happening. But it's really, really good. Or the Bronte sisters. I was reading sort of Wuthering Heights because I saw it recently in the cinema. I saw it recently in the cinema. I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Margot Robbie's performance. I thought the visuals were really good. I'm not an expert about the story, but I really enjoyed it. I think maybe I think it could have done a bit better, but I thought it was good. So it was really good. I think people were upset about it because it wasn't exactly like the books, but I sort of got a bit easier going. I sort of feel like they're, because they're recreating it, they have the ability to sort of change it a little bit, change it up a little bit, and but I haven't read the full story. I just sort of got back into it. You can see where I am actually, sort of very early on, very early on in the book. And I have it here. This is the 3-book collection, but I'm really enjoying that. What else is good? What else is good? I like these ones. These are the Chiltern versions. They're like a publishing company that do sort of really nice, sort of high-end versions of the books. It's called Chiltern Publishing. I really like these versions of the book, so I picked up Romeo and Juliet, The Moonstone, and Dracula. I have Dracula. I have the Penguin Classics hardback edition, but I lent it to a friend because I just couldn't help myself when I bought the Chiltern version of the book. Just because it's a really nice version of the book. Carmilla was really good. I bought Carmilla, so I saw it in the shop. Had a table set out with these. These are the hardback versions of Carmilla, and I sort of got interested in this because it seems to be that this is sort of the first version of Vampire was Sheridan Le Fanu's Carmilla. It was the first showing of a vampire, but Bram Stoker, I think he made it ultra famous through Dracula, but this was the first showing of it. Let me see now. This was highly recommend. This is really good. Let me see. Yeah, Carmilla was originally serialized in the magazine The Dark Blue. See, sometimes see there. I feel like it's a little touch blurry. And The Dark Blue between 1871 and 1872, and it's first published by Puskin Press in 2020. Well, this is really nice. This is a nice hardback version of it. But yeah, the children versions are really nice, and I also have Philip Pullman's The Grimm's Tales. But yeah, a lot more books than this. Well, a few more, but I sort of feel like I would be a hell of a job trying to read all these. Maybe I will at some point, but I get distracted too easy. I end up watching a video or playing a game or something like that. I even have, I just have it here, but I have the Huntrix, the K-pop Demon Hunter sort of notebook. I'm a fan of them. I've made shorts on them actually. I recently picked up Zoe, and I made a short on that, and I recently picked up Rumi. I might grab Rumi there. I'll grab Rumi now. But yeah, I bought Zoe. Made a quick short on her. The Mattel dolls. I'm a fan of K-pop Demon Hunters. I think the dolls were just a sort of perfect representation of the show. So I sort of had an inkling. I saw them on Mattel's site. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, a doll version of the characters is a really great idea. And because I've been sort of collecting the records and stuff, I'm a big fan. But I was thinking the dolls look really cool, but it's not something I would normally buy. But I was like, the dolls look really great, and the Mattel versions are really good quality. But I did buy Rumi. I ended up grabbing Rumi. I just sort of wanted her. But she looks great here. She doesn't. There's no audio or anything. There's no. With the golden, I think there's audio on them, but these are just the how it's done versions. But I just really love the artwork and everything of K-pop Demon Hunters. I saw it first in the cinema, and my favourite bit is where they're all on a sort of game show, if I can remember. They're on a show and they all slide down a slide into a ball pit. There's something about that. I don't know. It's always weird little things like that, that I really love. But I did buy the Rumi doll. But that's yeah, Yeah, I also got into let's see here, Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye. I was sort of it was a song on the radio that I really loved, and I always wanted to figure out who it was. But it was Gabrielle by Cat's Eye. So I started looking into Cat's Eye, and I just really liked them. This is a recent album of them. I have vinyl of them as well. Two of them actually. I've Wild Hearts and Wild. I think their first one with the Touch song. Touch, 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 touch. But this is nice. It's sort of like a small magazine. Small magazine. Sort of them. I don't think they're cool. I saw them in the cinema. They have a film out in the cinema. Wild Hearts. I highly recommend it. It's sort of behind the scenes documentary about them. I find it really cool. Really cool. I love them when they're studying it, when they're doing all the dance moves and all that. But that's it. Yeah, I'm 40. Can you believe it? Yeah, it feels crazy. I'm 40, but I still feel like I'm like a child. Very immature in so many ways. But like. Can you believe time's just flying by? But what was I going to say? Autistic, yeah, and I collect these books. I'm trying to rein it in because I just feel like I wouldn't be able to read them. But some of them I couldn't help myself. I don't think I'll get any more of these. Though I have seen some really nice new versions of these, but I don't think I'll get through these. Maybe near Halloween I'll try and get into the horror classics, just get into the mood. But and I collect sort of Lego as well here and there, so I get new things. But that's it. I'm 40, I'm autistic, and I collect books and toys. And this is who I am. This is who I am. But this is the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings was the first book I ever read. And then it was The Hobbit. Looks like she's gonna fall over. If I do that. But this is the Lord of the Rings version that I've talked about. It sort of comes in a box. I got money off it because the box was damaged. Outside the box was damaged. But you sort of open it up. You sort of open it up like this. And this is a really nice version. I had a nice version of a paperback. I was like Gandalf going through the forest, but I've sort of lost that version. So I picked up this one. This is a really nice version. I'm rereading it. You can see where my marker is. I'm sort of there. I'm on. Let's see. There are colour pictures in this, done by the artist. I'm on. Let me see what chapter. So I'm sort of rereading this. Again, I'm trying to get back into reading. Like there's a picture there. Old Man Willow, done by J.R. Tolkien himself. Sort of full colour images in this. But it comes with a map as well. And the map's sort of nice coloured. I'm on A Conspiracy Unmasked, so I'm nearly finished. A Conspiracy Unmasked. I'll move on to The Old Forest. This is a really nice smell as well. The Barnes and Noble editions have a really nice smell. I do like the smell of books. I do like the feel and touch of the books. But yeah, it's just sort of a quick video that I wanted to make. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm definitely not here, saying I'm some clever side because I'm reading so much. Not at all. I wouldn't be clever at all. But I hardly read any of these. Like I sort of, you can see where my markers are. I'll turn them around. You can see that very few books I've read fully. I did fully read The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I moved on to The Hobbit. This is a nice version of The Hobbit. The facsimile first edition. It's a recreation of the first edition. Sort of nice, sort of hardback version with J.R. Tolkien's original artwork. You sort of have to shimmy it out. It comes in this nice box. It comes like this. This is a really nice version of the book. It sort of opens up with his original artwork on it, and he has his sketches as well, some of the old forest sketches. But again, this is a really nice smell. of the book as well, but it comes in this nice hardback. This is a really nice version of the book. So it's a facsimile, so a recreation of what the first edition was like for the mass audience. Looking forward to the film, The Hunt for Gone, but yeah, this is just quick video, relatively quick video. Also about the sonnets on a lover's complaint, William Shakespeare's collection. So getting into poems. That's a nice version of poems there. This book here. Oh, there's my markers. You can see how far I've read into these books here. Well, this is really nice. A Treasure of Classic Poetry. That's a really, really good book. But I'll just quickly check the camera. Give me a sec. But thanks very much for watching the video. If you watched it, I really appreciate it. And I'll definitely catch you in another video. So see you then. Bye.